So it's now Sunday evening once again, and I'm just getting wrapped up with my pre-week analysis, getting ready for the new week. Like you saw in the last video, we had no trades because there was no valid setups for us. But going into the new week now, I'm hoping for some better price action as the US government is reopening, and I'm also going to be a bit more aggressive going into the new week. So with our 100k account, we don't want to be on the challenge phases forever, so we need to be a bit more aggressive and start getting some trades on there and getting this account passed. So I'll flip you around in a minute and show you my weekly analysis going into the new week. And yeah, basically just show you what I'm thinking, show you what I've changed and what I'm going to be looking at for the new week. Like I said, just got done with the pre-week analysis, and what I'm thinking this week is I've had to slightly shift my thinking and my bias, as earlier on at the start of last week, I was thinking that we could respect this bearish leg, come to around an OTE level here somewhere, and then carry on down. However, as you can see, last week we carried on up, making some nice bullish market structure, and we've had a very deep retrace into this bearish leg, coming close to obviously the swing high, as you can see at the top here. Now, because of this and because of how price is moving, as you can see, we've been having nice impulsive moves up and corrective moves down, impulsive moves up and corrective moves down. So I am thinking that this high could be a likely high that could get taken. And I'm possibly switching my bias to bullish now, and thinking that we could disrespect this leg here. So again, that's an important thing that traders can get obviously hung up on and get married to their bias, thinking, no, we're going to start selling off, when in reality, we're not, and you just need to shift your thinking, as we can see that price is showing us that we are bullish. Now, yeah, don't get me wrong, we could reverse from here and come back down, but until we see price show us that, and obviously make a shift in the market structure, then we can't be certain on that. And at the moment, obviously we are bullish, making higher highs and higher lows. So that's what I'm thinking going into the new week, that this leg could be disrespected. We could take this buy side liquidity and carry on up a bit higher. Obviously, we could first see a bit of a pullback and a retrace before that move higher. But like I said, we'll have to see what price shows us coming into the new week. And our job is to react off what price shows us, not to predict it. So as you can see, I just got done with my pre-week analysis and just out for a bit of an evening walk. And one thing I honestly hate about the UK is it's literally just gone 5 o'clock now, and as you can see, it's pretty much almost fucking pitch black. Obviously the weather as well, it's just not great, and it's pretty much been raining every day for the past week. So yeah, trust me, when we start getting some more payouts in, I'm definitely going to be looking to relocate. Me and the missus want to get out, get somewhere warmer, better life quality as well. The UK is absolutely going downhill at the moment, so yeah, it's just giving you so many reasons to want to get out of this country. But anyway, like I said, I'm looking to be a bit more risk on going into the markets next week. And it goes back to the classic saying, really, no risk, no Rari. So yeah, going to be a bit more risk on. Obviously, I'm not going to be taking any like dumb trades or trades that don't line up with my strategy or my plan. But if there is this nice setup and I can get a bit more of an aggressive entry, then I probably will. But yeah, you'll see all that, and I'll keep you updated on all my trades. So it is now Wednesday evening, and let me tell you about the day that we've had today. So unfortunately, price missed our entry by a couple pips today. So let me show you what I was looking for. So I was bearish on the day, and we saw price come up and take out Asia highs here, as you can see. And then we had this nice displacement down, making a market structure shift here. So then what I did when price stopped and started to come back up is I marked out my OT level with, by using a fib. If I just put it on like so, from the swing high to the swing low. And then obviously my OT level is here. Also lines up nicely with this balanced price range that we had. And then yeah, obviously had my sell limit set like that, just there. And then stops just above the high. And then targeting 1 to 3. And if we zoom in, we could see that this candle here wicked up, and this wick came so close to our entry, but unfortunately did not tag us in, and then we came back down. When we did wick back down after this candle, I did think this, could just be a bit of buy-side liquidity build-up, and then once we was around here, we could come back up, tap in, and then drop down. But unfortunately, as you can see, we didn't do that. We just carried on down. So yeah, obviously we didn't get tapped into that trade, and unfortunately price went without us. Now, to make things even worse and to rub a bit more salt in the dyslexic. Now, to make things worse and rub a bit more salt in the wound, we can see that price did later on come up in the afternoon. And if I drag this across, as you can see, price would have tagged me in perfectly and then ran all the way to my full TP. So yeah, a very annoying, bittersweet day. But unfortunately that happens sometimes. I was actually looking at potentially taking shorts when price did come back up, but we didn't actually get like a valid entry model on a lower time frame. So unfortunately I didn't end up taking it, and price literally just dropped and melted away. So yeah, annoying day, but another day where I've got the bias and the direction right, but we just haven't been able to get filled and get into a position. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday done. I got Thursday, Friday left. So we'll see if there is any valid setups for the rest of the week, and I'll keep you updated. So it's now currently Thursday evening, and to tell you the truth, I am a little bit disappointed in myself this week. Once again, I haven't taken any trades so far this week, and I think it's purely down to me coming off a little bit of a losing streak, like I said, and yeah, pretty much just a bit of fear of entering a trade and then losing again. But the annoying thing is I've been reading the charts pretty well all week. What I've predicted coming into the day has ended up playing out really nicely. So we'll jump into the computer in a sec, and I'll show you what I was looking for today. My narrative for the week did change. Like I said at the start of this video, I was anticipating that we could potentially go higher. However, we have just carried on down, so obviously I switched back to bearish, because like I said, I'm not here to predict the market, I'm just here to react off what price is showing me. A little bit annoying. Obviously I did say at the start as well that I wanted to be a bit more aggressive this week, but I think I've just had that fear in the back of my mind still. So yeah, need to get rid of that, need to push through it, need to take trades, and yeah, get the accounts going. Obviously get my fundeds back into profit as well. But it just goes to show that trading isn't just about technical analysis. There's so much psychology and emotion that goes into trading, and you really have got to be dialed in with your psychology and have that in check, because yeah, that is literally one of the biggest factors, and if your psychology is not right and you're not thinking right, or your emotions are not right, then it's just going to affect your technicals. So they go out the window, you don't take a trade or you overtrade, depending on how you're feeling or what you're thinking. So yeah, bit of an annoying one for me, but just want to be accountable and transparent. Obviously tell you what's happening really. Obviously we haven't taken a trade still, the account is still at 100k, so I'm definitely going to sort that out. Next week there definitely will be a trade on the account, whether it's a win or a loss, there's going to be a trade on there. Obviously it's going to be a valid setup, I'm not just going to take any old trade still, but I will get this fear out of my head and we will get back to trading profitably and some nice winning setups. But yeah, we'll jump into the computer now, have a look at the charts together, and I'll break it all down. So on the charts now then, let's have a look what I've been looking at overall for the week. So obviously price was up here at the beginning of the week, or when I was doing my pre-week analysis, should I say, and I said that as we've had this bullish structure, we've had nice impulsive moves up and corrective moves back down. I was thinking that we could see this leg get disrespected and we could see this high here get taken. However, coming into the week, as you can see, price did not do that, carried on dropping down. So like I said, I changed my thinking once again and adapted to the market and where it was going. So you can see here we had these lows, we had sell side liquidity points to possibly take, which is obviously what we ended up doing. So we had these lows here, we had the previous weekly lows as well, and then ultimately down here we had this daily fair value gap. So earlier in the video I showed you a bit of what I was looking at on Wednesday and what happened then. So I'll break today down for you and show you exactly what I was looking at. So obviously, like I said, we've been bearish all week and we was heading down to this daily fair value gap. Now we did tap into it on Wednesday, but a lot of the time we see price have a small rejection and then come back down and tap deeper into the fair value gap. So that's what I was anticipating. So we had price pull back up and then push back down, making a break of structure to the downside, because obviously, as you can see, nice bearish leg, candles closed below this low. I was then looking for some kind of retracement on this leg potentially, so marked out my fib from the swing high to the swing low, and then just looked if there was any sort of imbalance areas or potential areas we could see the market come back to and rebalance. And as we can see, there is a 1 hour fair value gap here. So we had a nice 1 hour fair value gap that we could see a reaction off of, as there wasn't really any other gaps up higher up for price to come up and rebalance. So dropping onto the 15-minute time frame then, as we can see coming into the day, so pretty bearish Asia leg, which was obviously the whole of that 1 hour move. Now when I was on the charts in the morning, obviously price was around here at around 7, half 7, and I was thinking one of two things: either we're going to come down straight away and take Asia lows, and then we're going to see a move back up, or we're going to do this, which we did do, which is come up, rebalance this leg, and then push lower and take Asia lows. So like I said, this is the trade that I should have been looking for and that I should have entered today. I knew price was obviously still bearish and hadn't shown us any signs of flipping back bullish yet. So we saw price come up, tap into this fair value gap. We also tapped into the golden area of the fib, which is in between the 50% and the 618 level. So after this happened, we can see that price respected this 1 hour fair value gap, as we didn't have any closes above it. We had wicks above it, but no closes above it. So that is respected. So after seeing that, tapping into the fib levels as well, I would have dropped onto the 5 minute. So on the 5 minute, I would have been looking for an entry, and there was actually a really nice entry. So as you can see, price came up, small pullback, and then pushed up once again. But if we notice what happened here, we can see that this high got broken, but it was just a sweep, as there was no candle closures above this high. So that for me is a really, really nice sweep of liquidity, and then we just reject back down. So after that, we had a nice sweep, and then I would have been looking for either a market structure shift or a change in state of delivery. And as we can see here, this is where our change in state of delivery would have been. So if I mark that on, as we can see, the sweep, and then we start to push down nicely, and we had this really nice bearish momentum candle that closed below here, making our change in state of delivery. So entry would have been once this candle closed just here, and then for our stop loss it would have been just above the high. So yeah, just around there, above that high, and then targeting a 1 to 3, or pretty much Asia lows in this case, but yeah, 1 to 3. As you can see, that would have been a really, really nice trade. So yeah, it's just unfortunate that I didn't take it. Obviously, like I said, being completely honest, I've been not nervous, but just been wanting to get like the best possible A-star setup, so they could have the best chance of winning, so that we could break the losing streak, get a winning trade, and obviously that would have helped my mentals and my psychology a lot better, rather than just having another loser. So I think that's why I've just been a bit, I wouldn't say scared, but I've just been procrastinating a little bit, and I haven't taken an entry this week so far. But as you can see from Wednesday and today, there has been really nice opportunities and really nice setups, but obviously I haven't been able to capitalise on them, which is unfortunate. But next week I'm 100% going to be more aggressive, and if there is any sort of nice clean setups like this, then I'm not going to hesitate to take them, even if it's a loser. I'll keep my psychology in check and I'll move on. But honestly, I think it just goes to show that you can still have losing streaks no matter where you are, what point of your trading journey you are. So like for me, I've passive funded, I've made payouts, I made pretty consistent payouts as well, for a little period of time, and then I've had a bit of a losing streak, gone into drawdown, and obviously it's messed with my head a little bit, and obviously my psychology's gone a little bit out the window, and I haven't taken a trade for almost 2 weeks now, just because I've had that little bit of fear of taking another loser and getting the account deeper in drawdown. Losing streaks are completely normal for anyone at any point of their trading journey, but it's just obviously how you overcome them, and how you bounce back and obviously get that account back out of drawdown, back into profit, and obviously trust in your analysis, trust in your strategy, and just be able to manage it well, and yeah, just manage your psychology as well, because that's obviously the main thing. So yeah, a lot of people won't say this, or they won't say they've been on a losing streak or anything like that. They'll try to hide it, but taking accountability is important, and I know that every trader will go through it. So yeah, you can't hide it. There's no point in hiding it. It's completely normal. So I'm open to talk about it. And now I've just got to rebuild, obviously get my confidence back up, and then get my accounts back up as well. And I know for sure that will happen, because I do believe in myself and in my trading ability as well. So it's inevitable. As long as you stick to your plan, sort your psychology out, then you will definitely bounce back. Guys, I fucked it. So today is Friday, and I've taken this loss, and it was 100% completely my fault. So we had a really nice sweep here, break of structure to the downside, and then it entered here off of the 50% of this leg. Now, that's all well and good. Nice, decent, clean setup, Asia highs, a re-sweep and a market structure shift down. Very nice setup. However, there was news this morning, Euro news, and I got on the charts this morning, looked at the news, obviously like I always do, saw that there was news, so I knew that there was. However, I was up late last night doing some work, and I was extremely tired this morning. So yeah, obviously being tired, must have just completely forgot about it, slipped my mind. But I'm definitely not making any excuses, because this is 100% my fault. And yeah, just completely forgot about the news. So entered obviously too early. Obviously, if I'd remembered about the news, then I never would have entered this trade until the news had passed. But yeah, like I said, completely forgot about the news, so entered the trade. As you can see, pushed up or stopped out straight away pretty much, and then price dropped completely in our favour. So yeah, if I had have waited for the news, then we could have got a nice entry around here somewhere, and we could have caught this move. But unfortunately, like I just said, completely forgot about the news, and paid the price for it, unfortunately. So there you can see first trade on the 100k account, and we did also end up, obviously because it was news, we got slipped a little bit, so ended up losing a little bit more than 1%. But like I said, completely my fault, and it's all good. We'll go again next week. I'll definitely remember about the news next week, if there is any. But yeah, just thought I'd break that down for you, show you why I took it, and that, yeah, completely my fault, but we'll go again next week.